Hello, friends.
Hello there, friends.
Welcome back to Celebrity Sunday. I am your celebrity host, Drayson. And today we are going to be observing the wonderful home of Stephen. Okay, we just did that. Okay, that was like a terrible entryway joke. Look, we did Steph Curry property and not property in the last two videos. Yeah. So that's why this is a bad joke. I need to just get out. But speaking of jokes, because I am no comedian, we will be looking at the previous home of comedian, well-known legend, Ron White. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Mr. Ron White, okay, yes, he is white, but he has a very dark sense of humor. See what I did there? So yeah, that's a very dark sense of humor that in today's world, today, if he were just like a brand new comedian, let's just say a lot of the stuff he's saying probably wouldn't fly.
My wife and I are big fans of the Pornucopia Sex in the Valley. It's a reality show about the pornography industry in the San Fernando Valley. One episode was about guys that were straight porn stars, but they were doing gay porn because it pays 5 times the money. Because I was in a scene yesterday with 5 guys at the same time, and I'm not even gay. I was like, you're gayer than I am.
So Ron has been doing, comedy for several years, and obviously the kind of comedy that he was doing was very acceptable. It was very funny. And I mean, I don't really know what comedy is like these days, to be honest with you, because of all of the cancel culture and censorships and subjects that you can't say, otherwise you'll never get a special. And to be honest with you, without a special or, something like that within the realm of, goals, right, for a comedian, you're not going to make any money, the kind of money that you would like to eventually make, with superstardom. You'll never get to that point of superstardom when you're telling jokes that are really just good jokes. And me, I'm all about equality. And when it comes to equality, we all should be able to tell jokes. I mean, racially sensitive jokes, like all of these jokes also raise awareness to the subject matter in totality, outside of the fact that they are jokes. So, with all this censorship that we have today, I mean, comedy is kind of watered down, to say the least. Yes, there are still some very, funny comedians, but having to stare around from what they really want to say, it's a downfall, right? It's a downfall. Certain comedy clubs won't let you come perform if you're, using certain material, and it's just really, really bad now in the comedy circuit. You need those comedy clubs to get paid. So yeah, here we are. But anyway, we're going to look at his house that was on Summitridge. And if you're not familiar with Summitridge in Beverly Hills, Summitridge has some very expensive properties. I mean, very, very expensive. We're talking about $40 million, $50 million properties. And then they have a property like Ron's, which sold for just under $5 million, just under $4.8 million back in 2021. And it's currently up for sale. We'll take a look at the listing after the video, and actually we'll also look at the current listing video to see if there was any upgrades made, which I highly doubt there were any upgrades made, since it was purchased maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. But who knows? We'll have to just check it out. Not sure what kind of things Ron is going to say, because he is the one giving the tour. So if he says anything, just know that his words are a reflection of his own personal beliefs and opinions and do not reflect my own. Disclaimer.
Hi, I'm Ron White.
How you doing,
This is
sir?
my third wife, Donna.
Hey, Donna.
I gotta sell this house. Come on in, take a look at it. You might want it.
All right. First things first. Personally, this, side of the hill, the way the lot is, oriented, this is the best you can get. I personally, I could never live on this side of the hill, or like this in this steep part of the hill. He doesn't have like a lot of, actually there looks like there was no flat land, so everything had to be excavated, and it's a very sound structure. But there's 4 levels to this house. I'm not sure if you guys can see, but there's like a basement here. So if you're getting, trying to find out where I'm getting 4 from when clearly there's 3 visible. There's a 4th, right? A 4th level, which is like, just a basement. It's not going to be, super huge or anything like that. It's more probably like a storage area, but there's 4 levels to this house. There's definitely going to be an elevator, or at least I would hope so. When you have a place like this, there should be an elevator. And, it's split level. So you come in off the street, the entry level, it looks like the entry level should be this floor, because the street looks like it's right here, right? That's the street. So personally, this is like way too many levels for me. 4, 3 is like really, really pushing it. And that's like that 3rd level has to be a basement for me. So yeah. I like his kitchen. He has a very masculine hardwood floors, mahogany hardwood floors. He's got his studio there.
Now, I don't know where we're going to start,
downfall,
but I'm going to start by
no outdoor space.
pouring myself a cocktail.
I got mine right here, Ron.
Tequila. It's what everybody should drink. Cheers.
Coffee.
I guess we can start
It's what everybody
with the
should
kitchen
drink.
and dining area, which we're standing in now, without explanation. If it wasn't a kitchen, there wouldn't be a stove. And if it wasn't a dining room, there wouldn't be a dining room table. Those are all just facts. Anyway, you guys, I'll show you the house.
Show me the house, Ron.
It was all done by an interior designer named Kevin Young, who is a masterful guy. Everything you see here was custom made for the home, including the lamp fixtures, all the kitchen fixtures.
It's very masculine.
All this stuff is built in. There's also a hidden television right underneath.
I like
it.
that.
Just kind of pops up here.
Very masculine.
We spend almost no
man's
time
house.
in this room and rarely eat here. The kitchen, I think, is one of the prettiest things in the house, and I love the combination of wood and marble. It's got Wolf appliances and Sub-Zero. It's really
Cutting
full of
board
refrigerated
mixture in the island.
Pretty
Very
good, right?
Very useful.
If
Very
you like light, tasteless beer, I've got it.
very
You'll notice mostly tequila
functional.
products and crackers, and that's what keeps me going.
hey,
And I found out this house had 4 built-in dishwashers about 2 minutes ago because I didn't realize that it did. But it does, sure enough. We're gonna walk into the living room,
all right, there's the elevator.
which features these beautiful, ridiculously expensive blackout curtains. Now, if you just hit some of these buttons over here, it all starts to open up to the city of Los Angeles.
Yeah, they had to
rarely
cut
invite the
from
city of
there
Los
because
Angeles over.
the lighting was
Also,
gonna
this room features
be
a
thrown
projector
off
television system.
the camera.
The projector comes out of a hole in the ceiling, and it has 2 different screen options. One of them drops out of the ceiling, and then
2
one of them
screens?
is a screen door. Now, why would you do that, you might ask yourself? If you do the screen this way, it's a movie screen. If you do it this way,
Okay.
it keeps the bugs that we don't have in Southern California anyway out of the house. all the doors of the living room.
We got bugs, Ron.
Open completely.
There's some bugs by your
making this
Buddha.
one of the best party houses up here. If you'll come outside, we do have a fountain, and you might think to yourself, well, is that a Buddha? And I'm like, it's whatever religious icon you'd like for it to be. We also have an attachable beard that makes it kind of a chubby Jesus. You can leave that in or take it out. I don't really care. This is also a fire pit, and all the tile work is just extraordinary. And a really comfortable place. Late at night, if I can't sleep, I come out here and lay down on that, look at the stars, and sleep like a baby. This thing puts out more fire than you can imagine. I'll show you where I do eat, and also one of the coolest things about this this home is just how hard it parties, whether you're here or not. This door opens as easy as pie, which opens us up to this beautiful little plastic dining room table, which is where I eat almost every single meal I eat here.
Fix the lighting.
It's got the best view in town, and with the smoke and fires and whatever smog we could muster, we've kind of come to the illusion of it being close to downtown down just a little bit. My favorite place in the house are these decks, and there's about 2,000 square feet of them that are all just usable, wonderful spaces. And this is where I drink most of the tequila that I drink.
It's an amazing view.
I drink number one tequila, by the way, and also own that company. Plug it when you can. Now, we've made kind of a loop, but we missed a couple things. So let's grab a quick look. I'll step out of your way and let you get a shot of this. It's a beautiful bathroom. It's the only restroom on the top floor, and the one that I use the most when I'm freshly getting out of the car. All the toilets are Toto toilets, and the toilet opens as you walk towards the toilet, like you couldn't possibly lift it up yourself, so that's good. I'll show you the one downstairs. The house is 3 stories, and
okay, so the top floor is the entry floor.
The first story is I could afford it. The second story is now I have to sell it. You'd think 3 floors, that's a lot of work on the old knees, and how are you standing up to all this? Well, you push that button, open it up, and Donna just goes right in, and that's an elevator that services the 3 floors. It's also got stairs if your knees work. Come on out.
So that 4th level
Buster,
is
come.
just storage.
Good boy. He's an on-cue actor. And this is also a picture of Donna in her wedding dress, if you want to get a little shot of that. I said it would look better if you looked like you were ironclad at our wedding. And so that's what she put on. Down the stairs. All of these railings were custom made by the same people that did all the lighting. And they feature some things I said no to, which were these crystals. When the designer said, here's some ideas, I said no to almost every single one of them, and he just did it anyway because he knew best, and he was right, 100%. There are little lights on the side of the floor, and they light up as you go down, and this is also a light that stays on most of the time. It kind of illuminates the staircase. Now that brings us to floor number B2. Now this is
It's the primary?
it was kind of built as a double master with a connecting closet. So this would have been my room and still is. This is where I stay. This is one of the bathrooms. And as I told you before, when you walk towards the toilet, it opens. Now, does that make any sense at all? No. Can you stop it? I don't think so. And now if you have the other part open, you just push this right here. Do whatever needs to be done. It's a gorgeous bathroom that Kevin Young came up with. And again, I said no to every single thing you like about this house. And outside of this bedroom, there is another porch and a house that was one time owned by Jessica Alba. That was the perk, and one of the reasons I did buy it. You know, it just sounds good to say Jessica Alba lives over there. We'll go back inside at this door. This is my office where almost nothing happens. I do smoke cigars, and all of these drawers in this cabinet are humidors. They keep cigars safe. That is also a humidor. That's also a humidor. This is a set list of stuff that I'm currently working on, but it's not really anything you'd be interested in at this point. Let's go back outside and go this way. Come on. This, of course, is the outdoor patio to the master bedroom. I don't know why I said of course, because how would you know that? Come on in. Now, this is the bigger of the two bedrooms, and would be called the, I forget what they're calling them these days.
Primary.
But it's also push button blackout curtains.
It's a lot softer.
Venetian plaster on the ceiling.
tones.
You guys are welcome to go into the bathroom.
It's like a
but I'm going to tell you now, I counted the soap, so don't steal anything.
Type of theme. This is just this is completely different.
Now, when I said there was a connected closet
than
between
what
these
I
two
would expect.
bedrooms, this is it. I have never seen a closet like this before. It has spinning things, and that's where I keep all my stage clothes and whatever clothes I have.
That's amazing. I like that.
Keep them all here in the closet. It's got some tricky doors that open that you can't tell, and I'm not going to show you how to do that unless you buy the house, and then I'll show you how to do it. But now this door was actually it came from a monastery in Tibet. I don't know if that's true or not. It can't be true. I just made it up. And what are the odds I guessed it? Come on in. This is just a small gym, and where I do a thing I call yoga napping. It's not exactly exercising, and you don't exactly get any benefits from it. Down another flight of stairs. Come on, let's go. So again, you can see that it's got the little lights that follow you on the way down to make sure you're not walking on a dark staircase. And the rare stones get even weirder, and I said no even louder when they started illuminating them. I'm like, no way, you gotta be kidding me. This is, I don't know, kind of a man cave type of thing.
You got the bar, okay.
It's where I store
tequila.
Well, that's embarrassing. An awful lot of number one tequila and some towels. That's good, huh? Got a TV with a sound bar. There's also a dishwasher here. There's a microwave here. A lot of drawers and storage. There is another refrigerator because, you need a lot of them. If you come with me this way, is another small bedroom. It was made to cut hair in, which is what we do with it. So it's got a barber sink, and that's kind of what it's for. All right. And now for the part of the house that makes no sense at all. This wall, whoa, which is a safe room with another toilet, but you have to lift that one yourself. And then there's a little glass partition there with a 12 gauge Mossberg shotgun that you want no part of. And I'm not going to use it on you either, probably. And this room can be whatever you want it to be. Right now it's a recording studio. And the sound room in here could be a closet, or it's a pitch perfect sound room signed off on by none other than Brian Johnson from AC/DC. Then there are also soundboards down here in 3 other places. So if you were recording music in here, you could put a band out there, you could put a drummer in here, you could put a bass player in that bathroom, and that's what it was designed for. But it also would make an amazing home office.
Yep. Once
you took that board out of it and figured out a way to fill in that space where I cut that marble out. All right, no problem. This is a painting of my other 2 French bulldogs that passed away. And it was done by an artist who was my best friend named Joey Walden. And I love him and miss him. And when my mother first saw this, she said, their noses aren't blue. And I was like, we know, Mom. And even though he was dying and he didn't know it, when he painted it, on the back of it, he drew this. We're already dead. Keep that in mind. All right. Now let's go outside. So this is one of the levels of the house that we use the most. It's about 4 steps down from the last part of the house that you saw. And I play a lot of golf, and the best part of my game is about an 18 or 20-foot lob shot. And the reason is because of this. It's a putting green. Now we planted fruit trees at the end of it to kind of soften the blow of a thin shot. And it works pretty good. We haven't broken one yet. There's a little swimming pool here that's heated, and it's easy to cover at one push of a button. And which brings us to another little living area.
Soaking pool. Ain't no swimming happening in there.
This little living room is where we spend a lot of time in the evening, watching movies on this television that pops up out of it.
Lifetime.
Little statue over by the pool. It comes
and
with
you don't
the
watch
house
no
because
Lifetime.
I don't want to move it to Austin. But anyway, here's where I start, set up, hit the little lob shot over the water hazard onto the green. I guarantee you, your short game will never be better. We'll take a shot, just so you can tell I'm not talking smack.
All right, come on. Show us. Okay.
What did I tell you? Pretty sharp. One take. I think that about wraps up the tour, and let's go upstairs and sit on the deck and have a cocktail. We'll run it through its paces. What do you think?
View is incredible. Now I want a cigar.
Hey, thanks for taking a look at my home. I'd like to thank my fans who bought this house and let me have the pleasure and privilege of living in it for quite a few years. And it's a shame to let it go, but in these times of the coronavirus, we're all looking at new realities, right? And so at one point it looks smart for me to act like I might never make another dime, and it's time to scale it on back a little bit. I hope whoever buys this home enjoys it as much as I have. It's been a pleasure, and thank you to my fans for buying it for me and taking care of me all these years. I appreciate it. Cheers.
A man of the people. All right, so this is the current listing. The home is available for $7.7 million. So let's see if they did, anything different to warrant a $2.9 million appreciation, right? Like, what did they do to make it worth over almost $3 million over what they paid for it? So far, all we see is a damn fire pit. Okay, so they changed the kitchen. Not the kitchen, but the dining room. Different chandelier, right? They changed this out. I'm sure that TV's got to still be there, or obviously, right? But yeah, they changed this and made it match the kitchen, as you can see. The kitchen looks fairly much the same. So, they threw some paint on there, some white paint. The kitchen is the exact same. It's the exact same. All they did was repaint the kitchen, obviously repaint everything white. So it's very neutral, right? Very, very neutral. And the cabinets, these are not new cabinets. These are just all repainted. So far they did nothing except paint the house. That you can't paint the house and then ask for $2 million. There's no such thing as $2 million paint. I wonder what they did to the studio. right? I wonder exactly what they did to the studio. Personally, I would have left the studio. So they got rid of the Buddha and they put in a different water fixture piece. So elevator's still the same. Why, like, I know it's supposed to be like you viewing the city, but because this is in the center, it's like you're looking into, by the way, this is a massive property, as you can see here. This is worth significantly more than the home, on this home on Summitridge that we're looking at. But I don't know, it just feels like this is the focal point. Like this is the focal point, and then this is the background. So, I mean, they probably could have did a little better of a job, you know, showing the view, but I get what they're doing. Just show the primary. Nice. So you can see some of the stuff that they changed, but honestly, I don't think I could see enough change. They changed his bathroom. Actually, they changed the bathroom a little bit. Yeah, definitely. They put some money into the bathroom. Not a lot, but they put something into it. Closet's the same. That studio or where he's the small gym is the same. Okay, so this was the bathroom to the room that he was staying in right here. So yeah, they put some money into the bathrooms. That's where they put some money into. They put some money into the bathrooms. So between those two bathrooms, maybe about 75 to 100,000. So, and they changed the studio out too. They made it into like a formal office, right? A formal office, and then this is, I don't know what they're doing with this. Maybe this is now like a conference room. I honestly, I don't know, but yeah, maybe about another 10 to 15 right there. Right, change the floors out. So they didn't not do anything. But yes, they lightened up everything to make it, you know, seem more modern. See, that's a better shot of the view. Like it you could feel it. See, like this shot right here, because this is no longer the focal point. The focal point is the city. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the listing, and then we'll talk about the house in general. Okay, so Ron originally bought this house for, what was it? $1.5 million, I believe. Yeah, $1.5 million, $5,015. Special number. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes people like to put, you know, little nuggets or Easter eggs in their offer and closing price, and that's kind of what he did. So he originally listed the property for $7 million back in 2020. Just a little too early, because in 2021, 22 is when we had that huge boom in price variance, and things were going up 30%, 40% between those timelines. So had he just, you know, maybe not been so anxious because of COVID, been so anxious to just put it on the market and move to that big place that he has in Austin, then he might have been able to sell it for, 6 million, maybe even 6.5, but he didn't. And because of that, the property got stale, days on the market, and those things affect how much you could get for a property, because the perception is nobody's valuing the home in the condition it is at the price that they're looking for. But again, 7 million is what he originally came out on. Ended up selling for, just under 4.8, and it's currently available for 777. Wow. 777. I thought it was just 7.7. Damn, that's darn near 7.8. So yeah, about $3 million higher than when these current people purchased it. And I think it is priced way too high. This is priced way too high. There's a reason why nobody has bought it. I mean, I would have advised highly against listing at a number so high. I think they should be closer to be honest with you, in this market today, they should be closer to 5.5, right? Maybe 6. Maybe to the right person, maybe 6, because those are really, really, great views. And to the right person who can make use of that studio, this will probably work well. You're looking for a young, musician, somebody in the music industry, something like this could work for, where they can make music while they're, in this place. Other than that, it's not a family house whatsoever. It's not a good family house. They took away the putting green, which I'm not really a huge fan of. And I mean, look, if I had the money and it was just me, maybe teenage children, okay? Me, some teenage children, my wife, 4,800 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 5 baths. I would not buy this place. I've just got to be honest with you. I would not buy this place. If I had a client looking to spend $7 million, almost $8 million, it would not be this house. It just would not be this house. There's other houses with more land, about the same square footage, and we're talking about on Summitridge for that same price point. I would take that. Don't get me wrong. I do think, they put in, I'm gonna be generous. I'll be generous. They put in maybe $250,000. That's being generous. Based on what I've seen versus what Ron had, they put in maybe $250,000, right? Maybe $250,000. That's it. So $250,000, they're into it for a little over 5, right? 5 million. Again, I really think, it's a really particular property because you're looking for a person who doesn't care to have any, outdoor space other than balconies and patios. Like that's who you're looking for. But yeah, there's just so many other places. Now, don't get me wrong. I love city views. I love the views from this place in general. Summitridge has some of the best views in Beverly Hills, which is why there's houses that sell for 40 million on Summitridge. But those places, they have more outdoor space. They're obviously larger, and they're new, they're modern. They have all the bells and whistles, all the amenities that you would, ever need or ever wish for, if you hit the lotto. Like, they're amazing. This house on Hillside, it's great, but 3 levels, again, not a family house. It's not a family house. This is a perfect house for someone, again, in the music industry, in their mid-20s to mid-30s, maybe, not ready to settle down. Once you get ready to settle down, you move on from this house. Like, you have to move on from this house. And I just think it's priced too high. I really think it's priced too high. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm not, because the market has spoken, and the market did not offer them $7 million. Because I'm sure if someone would have gave them $7 million, I think they would take it, and I think the place would have been sold already at $7 million. But I'm glad Ron was able to get out of the house. Looks like he got out of the house and made some money. I don't know how much he put into it, because clearly, as stated, he hired a designer to design the house. It's 4,800 square feet. And if you were to do a complete gut job of a 4,800 square foot house, a complete gut job, it'll probably land somewhere around, depending on when you did it, you might have been able to get it for 200 a square foot. So, anywhere between $1 million to $1.5 million, before all the costs of materials and stuff skyrocketed. $200 a square foot, easy. So, $200 a square foot, which it looks like if, he got it in 2010, he got it at like the right time. I mean, everything was down at that point. That was a good time to buy. Anywhere from 2010 to 2012 was a great time to buy real estate. It was like, if you were able to get a loan and buy a house in 2010, 2012, those were the dirt cheap prices. And I mean, if you did that, you're sitting on so much money right now. So much. That was a great time to buy. So from that point, getting this house redone and all this stuff, no matter how high end the materials and stuff, like a high end remodel, $1 million, right? $1 million. I think he redid this house. Like, we'll just call it that. So $2.5 million. He got out and he made a nice little buck from a house that he enjoyed. Because clearly he enjoyed it if he stayed there over a decade. Clearly he enjoyed the property. So definitely good for him. $7 million, that initial asking price, clearly that was too much. After a few price reductions, somebody saw that, maybe they could do something with the property, change it out a little bit, live in it for a little bit. It'll be worth more. And it is worth more than what they bought it for sure. They made it more palatable, but I still think, $5.5 to $6 million is really what they, if they really want to sell, that's what they need to go at. And I don't think they really want to sell. I think they really want the $7 million, something with a 7 in front of it. And they're going to be holding on to this property for a while. I mean, we're at the end of the summer, and the people just aren't looking up that much anymore. But yeah, almost $8 million. There's so much options at that $8 million price point. And yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So the $6 million, they still make some money, right? $6 million, they make some money. It might not be as much as they want to get out of it, but it's better than what they're getting now, which is zero. So let's get serious here, okay? Let's talk about my favorite part. Yeah. Gotta look you in the eye. Yeah. So, one thing that I always say this, I'm super grateful for everybody that has ever come to the channel again for 5 seconds and just consider coming back to the channel. You don't necessarily have to subscribe. Maybe here and there I'll say it, it's rare for me to say that, just so you know. But I'm always grateful for everybody. And it's always good to appreciate everything and everyone around you, because you never know what's going to happen, the next day. The next day you might not be here. The next day somebody you love may not be here. It's everything is just so volatile in life. So the small things, if you can't take the time to appreciate them, then you're really missing out on everything around you. So what I really want to, drive to you guys today is right now, this very second, you have the time. Make sure that you tell whoever it is in your life that you care about. Let them know today. Make sure the people that matter to you the most know that you care, because you never know what that last moment or that last memory that you'll have and share with that person. You'll never know. So do that, okay? Please, I'm being honest with you. Do that. Show them that you care. Show them. Love on them. Just please. And I'm gonna have like this drawn out speech, right? I would just keep it simple, okay? No story today, because I do have a story as to why I'm even saying this, but no story today. Just focus on that. What is going to be the last memory that someone has of you if you never see them again, or if something happens, God forbid, right? What is the last memory? Is it good? Is it great? You can decide today. And all it takes, is like maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, just 2 to 5 minutes to just text, call, and say, I care, I love you, I hope everything is well. How, that's it. That's it. And, if you do have some time, invite them to dinner. Go do something. Go have a good time. But at the very least, just let them know that you care. Because they may have not heard it today. You don't know what anyone is going through in that one call from you. They could be having the worst day, but to know that someone cares, that, that could just be the thing that lifts their spirits up. So please do that, okay? Just do that. And the last thing I wanted to mention, okay, and it was at the reason why, one of the key reasons why I said that $8 million for this place is too much, is that you can buy a nice home in Truesdale for $10 million with better views, newer, single-story house. Okay? No tri-level, single-story house. We've looked at them. $10 to $12 million. We've looked at them. Talking about beautiful, brand new. We've looked at them. Okay? You can buy a house in Truesdale. Hell, you could buy a teardown in Truesdale, build it, and it won't cost you $8 million. And you'll have something brand spanking new. Now, obviously, it'll take a little longer. You can't just move in with a toothbrush. It's going to take some time to build a house, especially in Beverly Hills with all the regulations and things that are happening right now. But that is an entirely different conversation for a different video. But I just wanted to mention that this place is priced too high. It's priced too high. Shout out to Ron. I wish your type of comedy would still be, acceptable today, because that's the kind of comedy that drawn everyone to certain comedians, especially, someone like Eddie Murphy. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And more importantly, I hope you guys enjoy your day, enjoyed your weekend, and get ready for a monster amazing week. Somebody's going to hit that lotto. One of you are going to hit the lotto. When you hit the lotto, call me. I'll show you a house 10 times better than the one that we looked at today, because I would highly advise you to not buy this house, especially at this price point. But yeah, when you hit it, call me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.